For more on this, let's bring in Gidon Bromberg, who is the co-founder and Israeli director of EcoPeace. It's an organization promoting the cooperative efforts to protect the Middle East's shared environmental heritage. And he joins us now from Tel Aviv. Gidon, good to have you on the show. Okay, so besides higher temperatures and more frequent droughts, isn't one of the reasons why we're seeing places like Western Europe and the west coast of the U.S. experience problems like this is essentially there is a water governance problem?
There is a water governance problem, but that water governance problem is coupled by the climate crisis. And here in the Middle East, while the rest of the world is fearful of a 1.5 degree increase in temperatures, we've already experienced a 1.5 degree increase in temperatures since the 1950s, and we can expect an additional 4 degrees increase in temperature by the end of the century. We are, in the Middle East, North Africa region, the most water scarce part of the world. And with the climate crisis, we can expect, tragically, a further decrease of up to 40% decrease in rainfall in our region. And that dramatically requires a change in governance, as you said, a change in attitude that is going to require large-scale regional cooperation. The climate crisis doesn't hit just a particular country, and it doesn't hit the globe in the same way.
Yeah.
It hits each region in a particular way. And that means, and this is what EcoPeace is doing in the Middle East, particularly starting with Palestine, Jordan, and Israel, to try to advance regional approaches to meet the climate crisis, both through adaptation and mitigation measures.
You talked about the vast experience that you've gained since the 1950s. The fact of the matter is that the world's water problem isn't going away. What can other countries learn from Israel where you say that there is water scarcity? Half of the land there is desert and the rest is arid, but still the country was able to build a very effective water management system.
Absolutely. So it's a combination of technology, governance, and price. There are technologies that can tremendously conserve water use, drip irrigation, as an example, but particularly the treatment of sewage and then its reuse for agriculture. So in Israel, half the agriculture grown in the country today is grown by using treated wastewater. That's a measure that it's still very much at early stages in other parts of the world, and all countries are going to have to start seeing treated wastewater as a resource rather than just as a waste. And then we see arrangements like we saw in the agreement reached between Jordan, Israel, and the UAE of a water energy exchange, where countries that are on the coast can today advance desalination, not as the first resort, but as the last resort, particularly in the Middle East, where we so desperately have run out of water. But the importance that the energy for the desalination facilities be renewable. And here the hinterland countries, such as Jordan, such as Saudi Arabia, can supply renewable energy to power the desalination plants on the coast. And in that way, create healthy interdependencies where countries have something to sell, countries have something to buy, and can create region-wide water and energy security for all of those residents. This takes some risk, this takes some leadership, but that leadership is desperately needed if we're to survive the climate crisis.
Okay, Gidon Bromberg from EcoPeace, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. It was a pleasure listening to your analysis. Thank you.